and welcome to the Everyday Theology Podcast. This is our series, Everyday Wisdom, and joining me today is Braden Thompson. Hello, Braden.
Hey, buddy.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
We're here.
And
we're going to end Proverbs 4 today. This is the seventh and final episode in this chapter. And here's a reminder of the progression for you, Braden, because I'm sure you don't listen to this podcast.
No,
right?
I don't. No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. But it started, chapter 4 began with paying attention to and welcoming the discipline of the Lord. Then there was a call to acquire wisdom. Verse 7, the beginning of wisdom is acquire wisdom. Do it. Go get it. And the results, wisdom will exalt you, honor you, guard you. Then there's a stress on the importance of obedience, avoiding temptation, and that when we are tempted, there's a way out. Verse 18 says that the path of the righteous shines brightly. And we discussed Matthew 5:14, you are the light of the world. The city on a hill cannot be hidden. And then in the last episode, we discussed guarding your heart and really some practical ways to do that. But today we're going to talk about taming the tongue. We're going to talk about why our speech matters. Let's get into the text, Proverbs 4:24 through 27. Put away from you a perverse mouth. Put devious lips far from you. Let your eyes look directly ahead, and even let your eyelids be fixed straight in front of you. Watch the track of your feet, and all your ways will be established. Do not turn to the right nor to the left. Turn your foot from evil. So, Braden, how is this passage pointing to our speech, and then what does it say about our speech? Why does it matter?
Well, if we look at verse 24, it says, put away from you a perverse mouth and put devious lips far from you. So right off the bat, we can see that we have language about mouths and lips. What this passage is telling us is that we need to be able to use speech that honors God, that is Christ-like, and it paints a picture of who we follow.
Yeah. And this is really challenging, though, because you can't tame the tongue. That's what James 3 is talking about, that really your speech, it definitely affects the people around us, but it also, it controls the direction for your life. He talks about it, just how like a bridle will control a horse, or this really small, the rudder of a ship will control the direction of the ship, or it compares it to like a fire. It's a small spark that starts a fire that can burn down everything. So your speech can be really destructive.
Absolutely.
He says before that in chapter 1, verse 26, that if anyone thinks himself to be religious while not bridling his tongue but deceiving his own heart, this man's religion is worthless. And so really this is talking about if you think yourself to be religious, which is all external, I can do all these religious activities and I can really think, man, I'm doing great. God should want me on his team. But if you can't control your tongue, you're actually deceiving yourself and your religion is worthless. And now what is it about speech that points to internals rather than just external stuff?
What you say flows from your heart.
Yeah.
Your heart sets the standard. Jesus says in Matthew chapter 12, verse 34, Jesus says that what you say comes out of that which fills your heart. Matthew chapter 12, verses 36 and 37. But I tell you that every careless word that people speak, they shall give an accounting for it in the day of judgment. For by your words you will be justified, and by your words you will be condemned. Ooh. So that carries a lot of weight, doesn't it?
Yeah, it should. We are capable of still saying terrible things.
Absolutely.
But I think the hope and the point is that if you're religious on the outside, if you're only worrying about that, but you can't tame your tongue, you're deceiving your own heart, that the fruit that you're bearing is showing that you don't actually believe what you say you believe, that God hasn't given you a new heart. But the truth is that if God has given you a new heart, because he does that, right? That's what he does, then how you speak is going to change. And if it's not, we need to do a heart check, right, and a spiritual inventory to see how am I being changed? What fruit am I bearing? Because my words show what's really going on. So how does all of this relate to personal evangelism?
Well, the way that we talk reflects the way that we live. If I'm going to sit here and I'm going to say blah, 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 and what?
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. You know,
blah, blah, blah.
Exactly that. Then
Blah, blah, blah.
blah, blah, blah. And then my life should reflect what I'm saying. So if I'm coming into church, I'm hearing this, and then I'm going out and spreading that message, my heart should reflect that. So bottom line, our words reflect how we live.
Yeah. I think people can really sniff out someone who's not authentic.
Absolutely.
And so if what you say and how you live is not lining up with what you say you believe, then that's hurting your witness.
Right. It damages your witness.
Yeah. Well, let's keep going. It says in verse 25, let your eyes look directly ahead, even let your eyelids be fixed straight in front of you. What is the proverb warning us against?
Well, I mean, this is definitely a warning. There are a lot of warning in the scriptures about being distracted. Luke chapter 20, Jesus talks about his imminent return. Luke 20, 33 through 35. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. But be on guard so that your hearts will not be overcome with dissipation and drunkenness and the worries of life. And that day will not come on you suddenly like a trap, for it will come upon all those who inhabit the face of the earth.
So, yeah, don't be distracted by the things of this life. Jesus is talking about his imminent return, and he's saying don't be distracted because it's going to happen when you don't expect it.
Yeah.
And so you need to be ready. And so the Bible will consistently warn us about distractions and the worries of life and all the things that pull us to the right or to the left that keep our eyelids, turn our eyelids off of Jesus. That should be a song. Turn your eyelids upon Jesus. Look full in his. I'm going to write it. It's a new song, never been written before. And then verse 26 and 27 says, watch the track of your feet. What you do, how you live, how you conduct yourself, all reveal why and or what you follow. Mm-hmm. So again, from the heart come your words and your actions. Jesus says in Matthew 7 that a good tree bears good fruit and a bad tree bears bad fruit. So, and again, to encourage you, if you're following Christ, if you're truly saved, then you're going to bear good fruit. And that doesn't mean that you won't sin. You will. You're going to struggle. You're going to have temptation. But again, remember, there's a way out when we're tempted. But you will bear fruit. And you'll see that more and more over time. Your life's going to reflect that you love Jesus and that he is Lord. And that's going to come out in your speech and how you live. And so, and really that's kind of the single point of this episode, that from your heart flow the actions you take and the words you speak, that the heart reveals. So do a spiritual inventory. Talk to the Lord about your heart. I love Psalm 139 that says, search me, O God, and know my heart. See if there's any offensive way in me. Ask God to show you the parts of your heart that you still need to deal with. And that's never done. That process is never done while we walk this earth.
Oh.
And
sanctification's a long process.
It is. And God is just so patient and so gracious and really just keeps moving us closer and closer to him, more and more Christ-like, until that day when we see him face to face.
I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
You turn your eyelids upon Jesus.
I'll turn my eyelids towards Jesus.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have. Braden, thank you.
Absolutely.
For your insights into the text. And thank you for watching or listening. And we'll see you for the next episode of Everyday Wisdom.